Hey, I just got my test results back, and I tested positive for stupid! Hello again, everyone. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, we lead, and we inspire. And do you ever feel like you got your test results back and you tested positive for stupid? I know I did. I want to tell you a couple of stories. First story I want to tell you was when I was a little boy. I don't know, I must have been second grade or third grade. I had, my best friends lived down the street, about a 2-minute walk from my house. And my mother and the mother of these two boys, there was one boy, Larry, that was a year older than me, his brother Joey was a year younger than me. I was in the middle, so we were like in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, or 5th, 6th, and 7th grade, or whatever, all together. And we were very close, and our mothers were very close. They were best friends too. My mom was friends with Selma, okay? One day, she's on the phone with Selma, and she says, okay, I'll send him right over. So she says, hey, come here. She hands me a little bag, and she says, I need you to bring this over to Selma's right now. Bring it over to her right now. She needs this. Okay, so what does the little kid do? He looks at the bag. I'm going to open it. All right, so I look inside, and I see this stuff in there that has like absolutely no meaning to me, and I'm wondering, what the heck is this? All right, so I take it, and I say, what is it, Mom? She goes, never mind, just bring it over. All right, so I said, all right. So I went over, to go over and play, and I brought it over, and I bring it over, and and so I'm so good, I'm glad you're here. And I give it to her, hand it to her, and she says, thanks. All right, and then I go and I play, and before I do that, I said, hey, what is that stuff? And she sort of snickers a little bit, and, says, ask your mother. Have your mother tell you what it is. All right. Well, I found out that it was sort of a feminine item that ladies need from time to time. I found that out later on. But at that point in my life, I had no idea what it was needed, what it was used for, any of that stuff. And I felt stupid because I didn't know. One of the ways that you feel stupid is when you don't know what you don't know. Okay? And that's something that happens to everybody. It happens to everybody. Now, I want to tell you another story. I want to tell you a story about when I was younger. I happened upon a lamp, and like anybody, you've all heard those, the myths, the legends. I rubbed the lamp, and a genie comes out of the lamp. Wow! All right, and I said, do I get 3 wishes? Genie says, no, you get 1 wish, and you can't wish for more wishes, by the way, either. We're not that dumb. Been in this game a long time, son. And she's not only that, but you got 2 choices. 2 choices of wishes. Here are your choices. The first one is to be very, very smart. And one of the things that helps somebody be very, very smart is they're able to retain and memorize things and learn things quickly. So, one of the wishes that you have to choose from is that you will have the absolutist, here's a word for you, you will have the absolute greatest memory of anybody on the planet, so that you will be able to read something and learn it, hear something and learn it, understand, see something once, and then you own it. All right? You will have a memory that will be beyond compare. I said, okay, what's the other possible wish that I can have? I said, well, the other wish that you can have is that you will be the greatest lover on the planet. I'll give you all the tools, I'll give you all the know-how, I'll give you everything that you need to be the greatest lover on the planet. Now my problem today is, hey, I don't remember which one I chose. Difficult. Next story. Next story I want to tell you is about the kid I used to walk to school with every day from grammar school all the way through high school, Freddie Witten. Okay? Fred Witten, he and I would, we'd walk to school, we'd walk to grammar school, and then we got to high school, we'd either get a ride or we'd walk to high school together. We did that. And we weren't particularly good friends. Mostly we just walked to school together, and he would tell me about his day, I would tell him about my day. Anyway, I want to tell you a story about Fred. Now I don't see this too often anymore. I imagine it still happens, but when somebody like breaks their finger and they have one of those casts on their finger? Well, Fred was prone to breaking his fingers like nobody's business. I mean, he was always getting hurt. He wasn't much of an athlete. I was an athlete, and he got hurt like way more than I got hurt. He had like the splints for his fingers. He had a zillion of them. One day, he's in school, and one of the things, Fred was a fun guy, and he would always fool around with the nurse. All right, he would, we'd go, to the nurse. He'd go to the nurse's office, and he'd make jokes with the nurse, and so on and so forth. And one day, he goes to the nurse's office, and they're giving the listening tests. So he stands up, he looks in through the little window, he sees they're giving the listening tests. And he's screaming, "Hey, can you hear me in there? Can you hear me in there?" All right, being a wise guy, until finally the nurse comes over and she says, "Fred, come on. I'm testing, you can't be here right now." And he put his foot in the, in the space for the door where, so she's trying to close the door, and he has his hands, in the little crevice between where the door is and the wall where the door closes. And she's pushing the door and pushing her. She says, "Fred, you got to get out of here. You got to get out of here." And so finally, she's pushing on the door. He removes his foot. The door slams on his finger, and she broke his fingers. She broke two of his fingers. It's like, stupid. How can that happen? How can that happen, all right? So what's my point in all of this? My point in all of this is that we, as people, don't take kindly when things don't go our way, when we have a failure. Now, when you have a broken finger, or you have a pain in your back, or you have a broken leg, or anything like that, you don't get mad and say, you feel sorry for yourself. I mean, that's a natural feeling. You don't get mad and say, what do? You say, I got to get better. I've got to heal. So what do? You feel the pain. The pain is telling you that there's a failure somewhere on your body. That is how the infinite intelligence has told us, hey, you need to look into this, my friend. The pain is giving you a message. And you don't take it emotionally. You feel sorry for yourself for a little bit, but then you say, all right, I need to alleviate this pain. I'm going to go see the doctor. I'm going to go see whoever it is that's going to make me feel better, your mom or your dad, when you're a little kid. And that's the way you go about it. How come when the infinite mind is telling us, hey, you're not going the right direction, you have a burning desire, you go to a starting line, you reach a roadblock, why does that discourage people to stop? It shouldn't. What they should do is recognize that that is the infinite intelligence's way of telling you, hey, you're going about this the wrong way. It's a message. Just as you receive the message when you feel pain that you need to get something fixed, you also have to understand the message. That's the way the infinite intelligence tells us, hey, your idea is okay, but you've got to go in a different direction. You have to have a new paradigm, a new angle of the way you're looking at solving this particular issue. Don't whine. Actually you should be grateful. Just as, when you have a little pain somewhere, you're not grateful when you have the pain, but it's telling you something. It's helping you to move forward, say, I've got to fix this. and I'm going to fix this, and I have faith that I can fix this. I'm going to talk to somebody who's going to help me fix this. The same thing is true when you're trying to solve problems in your life. Does that make sense? It's just kind of a simple concept. Don't test positive for stupid. We all have. Let's move on from that. Let's mature, and let's take a look at things as, let's take a look at failure as feedback. It's feedback. It's not the ultimate decision to stop doing something completely. This is the way the 5%er thinks. The 95%er thinks otherwise. And always remember, hey, don't ration that passion. Fashion the passion. I'm Eli's dad.